Hey everyone, in this video, we're diving into a tragic event that unfolded on April 11, 2025, the Boca Raton plane crash. A Cessna 310 aircraft crashed shortly after takeoff, resulting in the loss of all 3 passengers on board and injuring 1 person on the ground. The aircraft had departed from Boca Raton Airport, destined for Tallahassee International Airport. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, is currently investigating the incident to determine the cause of the crash. One of the primary lines of inquiry in aviation accidents like this one is the possibility of mechanical failure. In the case of the Boca Raton crash, preliminary reports suggest that the pilot reported mechanical issues shortly after takeoff. Investigators will be meticulously examining the wreckage, scrutinizing every wire, every bolt, every piece of the aircraft's mangled remains for clues. The black box, which records flight data like altitude, airspeed, and control inputs, will be crucial in understanding the aircraft's behavior in those critical moments. Mechanical failures can range from minor malfunctions to catastrophic events. And while investigators work tirelessly to uncover the truth behind the Boca Raton crash, the families of the victims are left grappling with the unimaginable grief of their loss. Another potential contributing factor to the Boca Raton crash is rudder malfunction. This critical component of the aircraft plays a vital role in maintaining stability and control during flight. The rudder controls yaw, which is the left-to-right movement of the plane's nose. It is essential for making coordinated turns and maintaining a straight flight path, especially during takeoff and landing. When the rudder malfunctions, the pilot can lose the ability to control the aircraft's heading. This can lead to a dangerous situation where the plane may veer off course or become uncontrollable, especially in turbulent conditions. Reports indicate that the Cessna 310 involved in the crash experienced problems with its rudder shortly after takeoff. This malfunction likely contributed to the pilot's inability to maintain control of the aircraft. Investigators will be looking closely at the wreckage of the rudder, analyzing its components for any signs of pre-existing damage or mechanical failure. This detailed examination is crucial for understanding what went wrong. They'll be examining the aircraft's maintenance records, looking for any red flags or recurring issues that might have contributed to the malfunction. Maintenance logs can reveal patterns that might otherwise go unnoticed. The cockpit voice recorder will be crucial in determining how the pilot reacted to the rudder problem and what actions they took to try and regain control of the aircraft. This data can provide invaluable insights into the sequence of events leading up to the crash. Rudder malfunctions, while relatively rare, are a stark reminder of the importance of proper aircraft maintenance and the crucial role that pilots play in responding effectively to in-flight emergencies. Ensuring that all components are in optimal condition can prevent such tragic incidents. In the chaotic moments following the onset of mechanical issues, the pilot of the Cessna 310 made a critical decision to attempt a return to Boca Raton Airport. This decision, while understandable, speaks volumes about the severity of the situation unfolding on board the aircraft. The attempt to return to the airport suggests that the pilot was dealing with a rapidly deteriorating situation. Investigators will be meticulously retracing the aircraft's flight path, using radar data and eyewitness accounts to reconstruct the final moments of the flight. They'll be analyzing the pilot's communication with air traffic control, listening for any clues that might shed light on the decision-making process during those critical moments. The fact that the crash occurred so close to the airport, near a busy intersection, suggests that the pilot was engaged in a desperate struggle to regain control and attempt an emergency landing. The Cessna 310 involved in the Boca Raton crash was manufactured in 1977, making it almost 50 years old at the time of the accident. While age doesn't determine an aircraft's safety, older planes require more frequent inspections and rigorous maintenance. Over time, metal components fatigue, seals can deteriorate, and electrical systems can become less reliable. Investigators will be taking a close look at the Cessna 310's maintenance logs, scrutinizing every inspection record, every repair, every component replacement. They'll be looking for any patterns of recurring issues, any red flags that might have been missed, any indication that the aircraft's age might have played a role in the crash. While regular maintenance can mitigate these risks, it's impossible to completely eliminate the effects of aging on an aircraft. The Cessna 310 was airborne for a mere 8 to 10 minutes before crashing, indicating that the problems leading to the accident arose almost immediately after takeoff. This compressed time frame paints a picture of a frantic struggle in the cockpit as the pilot grappled with a rapidly deteriorating situation. Investigators will be focusing their attention on the critical phases of takeoff, analyzing every second of the flight data, scrutinizing every control input, and listening intently to the cockpit voice recorder for any clues that might explain the sudden onset of problems. Was there a latent mechanical issue that reared its head during the stress of takeoff? Did a critical system fail catastrophically just as the plane was leaving the ground? The short flight duration eliminates many potential causes of aviation accidents. In those first few minutes after takeoff, when the plane is at its most vulnerable, there's little room for error. The location of the crash near a busy intersection in Boca Raton adds another layer of complexity to the investigation and raises questions about the challenges the pilot faced in those final moments. The bustling streets and the proximity to residential and commercial areas make it a highly sensitive situation. Attempting an emergency landing is every pilot's worst nightmare, but doing so in a densely populated area elevates the stakes exponentially. The pilot must have been acutely aware of the potential for catastrophic damage and loss of life. The fact that the crash occurred near a busy intersection suggests that the pilot may have been attempting to use a roadway as a makeshift runway, a desperate gamble in a no-win situation. The decision to aim for a roadway indicates the pilot's quick thinking under extreme pressure. Investigators will be studying the crash site meticulously, analyzing the wreckage pattern, the angle of impact, and the surrounding terrain to piece together the final moments of the flight. Every detail, no matter how small, could provide crucial insights. Did the pilot make contact with air traffic control, informing them of their intentions and requesting assistance? Communication logs will be vital in understanding the sequence of events. Were there any last-ditch maneuvers attempted to avoid buildings or minimize casualties on the ground? The pilot's actions in those final moments will be scrutinized to assess their effectiveness. The challenges of attempting an emergency landing in a densely populated area are immense. The pilot's skill, the aircraft's condition, and the environment all play critical roles in the outcome. While the exact role of environmental factors in the Boca Raton plane crash is yet to be determined, it's an aspect that investigators will undoubtedly be exploring as they work to build a comprehensive understanding of the tragedy. Environmental factors can range from weather conditions to wildlife activity, each playing a potential role in the sequence of events. Environmental factors, often overlooked in the aftermath of aviation accidents, can play a subtle yet significant role in the chain of events leading to a crash. Weather conditions, such as sudden storms or unexpected fog, can drastically alter the safety of a flight. Investigators will be meticulously analyzing weather data from Boca Raton Airport at the time of the crash, looking for any anomalies, any sudden wind gusts, any changes in visibility that might have contributed to the accident. Low visibility can be particularly dangerous during takeoff and landing phases. They'll also be examining the wreckage for any signs of bird strikes, such as feathers or tissue remains, which can indicate a collision with birds during flight, and interviewing airport personnel and witnesses to determine if bird activity was a factor in the crash. Bird strikes, though rare, can cause significant damage to aircraft engines and structures. While environmental factors might not always be the primary cause of an aviation accident, they can often act as contributing factors, exacerbating an already critical situation, tipping the scales in an already precarious situation. Lightning strikes, heavy rain, and strong winds can all add layers of complexity to flight operations. Understanding their role, however subtle, is crucial in painting a complete picture of what transpired in those final moments before a crash. Only by considering all possible factors can investigators hope to prevent future tragedies. As investigators continue to piece together the events that led to the tragic Boca Raton plane crash, our thoughts are with the families and loved ones of those lost in the accident. The search for answers in aviation accidents is often long and complex, a painstaking process of analyzing evidence, interviewing witnesses, and reconstructing the final moments of a flight. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, will be releasing a final report in the coming months, detailing their findings and recommendations. These reports are crucial in improving aviation safety, identifying potential risks, and preventing similar tragedies from occurring in the future. While nothing can erase the pain of this loss, it's our hope that the thorough investigation and the lessons learned from the Boca Raton crash will contribute to making the skies safer for everyone.